I'm just saying that because I just got a haircut today and it feels so good. Oh, here, maybe you can see it better here. Yeah, so I went to a salon literally a block from where we live, Lee's salon, and it was the best salon experience I've ever had in my life. Like, look at this. She actually styled my hair and diffused it, and I've never had someone, even in the US, do that for me. You know, because I wouldn't go to like a diva, like certified cut salon in the US because those are so expensive. But here, I went to Lee's and she styled it, diffused it, and I had my roots done because I was looking like a grandma here. And it was so cheap, and like I even got a scalp massage. Yeah, I'm so glad I did that. It was amazing.
Meanwhile, look at my hair. This is the longest I've ever had it in my life. I'm growing it out. I'm growing it out. So the sides are like the longest I've ever had it. Going on like 3 inches. It's pretty cool, but I mean, the goal is to grow it out as long as Laura's so we can be twins.
Yeah, you've never let this grow out before.
Yeah, you usually get like a
lined up here.
Yeah, right? Faded and lined up, like cut. Now I got bangs, baby.
I never knew Tony even had a widow's peak because he always got it lined up.
Yeah, you know what they say about people with widow's peaks.
They're crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point of this video is not about our hair. We're actually going to show you our apartment. This is an apartment tour video. We moved into this studio apartment about 3 days after we arrived in Da Nang. Tony actually walked around and just scouted a bunch of hotel and hotel apartments, and we settled on this one, and we'll show you why. Okay, after traveling for about a month after we left Bangkok, we were feeling pretty burnt out, and we were also way over eating out all the time. So when we came here and we saw a stove and pots and pans and bowls, and everything was included in this apartment, even forks, chopsticks. So we felt really good and we were able to cook. But over here we have a single burner stove. This stove is awesome. It boils water in like under a minute. It burns so fast and it's so easy to clean, and it's been great because we were able to whip up meals really fast without having to wait and, you know, wait for water to boil or oil to heat up. The apartment also comes with these 2 kitchen appliances, a microwave and a rice cooker, which is really handy. Over here is the drying rack for after when we wash dishes. It serves to dry the dishes as well as to just have storage here. So after we wash, just leave them here. When we're ready to use them, we just take them out. And here we have some drawers. We keep food, receipts, and snacks. They're kind of empty. We have some snacks in there. And then we have a fridge. The fridge is a little small, but it's okay because Tony goes to the market like every other day, and you know, he replenishes that food. And the nice thing about working from home is that you can just sort of go whenever you need food, come back and cook. Well, I don't cook, Tony cooks. Yeah, and fridge is still a little empty. We actually need to replenish soon. So this is our drinking water. I don't think it's safe to drink water from the tap here. So what we do is we go next door. There's an old lady who has like a sort of convenience shop, and she sells these big water containers. What you do is you actually give her 30,000 dong as a deposit, and then every time you're finished, you take it back to her, and then you give her 10,000. So every time we need water, Tony just takes it back, and we just pay her 10 just to get the water. But for 10,000, you get all of this water. So this lasts us about 2 to 3 days. But yeah, it's really convenient that it's right next door to us. And then when we leave Da Nang and we head out of Vietnam, we're going to get our 30,000 back once, because we're not going to use the service anymore. So we just take it back to her and she'll give us our deposit back. Okay, so here is a kitchen counter. There's 2 chairs and this is where we eat. And I actually work right here. I teach online, and so this is like a good height, and I get to actually stand while I teach instead of having to sit in these like uncomfortable chairs. And since I don't walk around as much as I did when we were in Bangkok, I find that standing during those 3 hours of teaching helps my back a lot more than if I were to just sit for 3 hours. As you can see, our studio is pretty small, but we actually like it because it's open concept. So the kitchen's there, bathroom is there on the left, and this whole space is kind of like living / bedroom. Everything came with the apartment, including the blanket with the duvet, the sheets, the pillows, the furniture, this very comfortable chair that I usually don't sit in this. Tony actually sits in this. And we have so much space. We have this huge closet and these like drawers, not drawers, this storage up here. So we have all of this. And we don't have like that much clothes, so all our clothes fits here. And we have this like security box that comes with a key, so anytime we leave, we just lock our computers and our passports in there, and we feel secure knowing that it's there. And on this side, we have a hanging rack. These hangers came with the apartment. We just hang a few things like jackets, sweaters, and some of like my nicer clothes that maybe I don't use as often. And then we have our backpacks down here. And up here we just keep our luggage. And immediately to the left from the front door, we have the bathroom, which I love. First off, we have so much counter space. Everything that we need fits up here. It's great. We have some storage down here as well. And we have a shower with 2 kinds of shower heads. One including a waterfall shower. It's amazing. And the design here is kind of funky with like all these mixed match tiles. So there's a lot more character in this apartment compared to our apartment in Bangkok. And the toilet's behind this door, but you don't have to see that. Okay, so that's our apartment.
Yep.
And we kind of just want to talk about our personal experience finding an apartment here. Our studio apartment is $350.
Yeah.
Okay, what's included in that?
So we get laundry, wash and dry, which we were paying about $5 to $7 per week in Bangkok, so it's nice to have that.
Yeah, because in Bangkok, in the condo building, there was coin-operated machines in the garage. Here, there's 2 washers and 2 dryers, free of use in the garage.
Yep.
In this small building.
Yep.
And what's not included?
What's not included? Electricity and water.
Yeah.
So water we pay $200K per person, so 400 per month,
yeah,
and then electricity is 3,500 dong per kilowatt. We're not sure what that'll equate to at the end of the month because we've yet to pay it. We're actually going to pay it in a lump sum. So at the end of 2 months, we'll just pay it in total, but estimate that it'll probably be anywhere from $30 to $50 per month.
Oh, and Wi-Fi is included
too.
Yeah,
and really fast Wi-Fi.
Yeah, very, very fast. A lot faster than when we were in Bangkok.
Yeah.
For sure.
So all of those things sold us in on top of the appliance and having the pots and pans, so we were able to cook more, which we have really taken advantage of.
Yeah, so convenient to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of convenience, the area that we're in is it's pretty popular. It's
Mayan. Yeah, Mayan neighborhood, which is very expat friendly. There are several restaurants, convenience stores,
salons, spas that mainly cater to expats.
Yeah,
so
tourists.
there's a lot of locals who speak English around here.
Yep.
Which is nice. And there's like Western amenities around too.
Yeah.
That we like.
It's really close to the beach, and not too far from other local things like the market, grocery stores, other restaurants as well. So.
Close by bike, not by walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we are a 5-minute walk from the beach. We can't see the beach from our window, but we could walk there, which is nice. And our apartment's fairly quiet.
Yeah, with the exception of chickens.
Yeah, there's some chickens.
So our neighbor has chickens.
Chickens that always wake us up in the morning doing who knows what. It's so loud. But other than that, like, this has been a very comfortable experience staying in this studio apartment. It's been perfect for us.
Yep. So real quick, tips for finding an apartment in Da Nang.
So the first tip we have, I would say book very short stay at a hotel. What you need to know about this area, especially like the beach side, is there are so many options to rent a short-term apartment here. And I found that on Booking or like any of the booking sites or even Airbnb, the options were not that good, to be honest. So I would when we first came here, we stayed at a really bad hotel that was really conveniently located, but it was so gross. Like,
I mean, it wins for price,
location,
but other than that, not the greatest.
It was a really bad experience. So we were there for about 2 or 3 nights, and then we moved into this apartment. So just book a very short a short stay at a hotel, because you don't know what you're actually getting. And something may sound like it's too good to be true, like a $7 room, but you have to understand that that's all it is. It just sounds really good. As we've learned. If it's $7 or $8, really think about it.
So during your time in those few nights, you can just walk around the neighborhood. A lot of places will have signs on the front of the building that say apartment for rent or homestay for rent. You just contact them, or if they're there, you just ask to view an apartment. So before we came into this apartment, I looked at about 10. I was just walking around and looking at various places on top of using the expat groups on Facebook. So you just write what you're looking for with your budget, various amenities, and there are several people, agents, who have properties who will respond and say, hey, I have something, come check it out. You can book appointments there.
So we looked at one place, but it was pretty far north from this area, and it was cheap and it was new, but it was just too desolate.
It wasn't as convenient as the area we're in now.
As this area. So while Facebook is convenient for a lot of people, I found that doing the footwork, the legwork, walking around and just seeing things, because this apartment was actually not on Facebook. He doesn't advertise on Facebook, the landlord, or online. So it's like we would never have known this was here if we didn't just so happen to walk by it.
And walking around is so common. I've probably come across like 5 people who have walked up to this apartment while I'm downstairs getting on the motorbike and asking about rent here. So it's more common than not for people to do that.
For short-term lease.
The next tip is to negotiate a deposit if you can. Some places will ask for 1 month's rent, and then 1 month deposit, sometimes upwards of 3 months. but we were able to just pay our first month and negotiate our deposit down to
$50.
50 US dollars.
We were able to get the $50 because there was another apartment we looked at, because initially our landlord wanted a month's worth deposit and the first month.
Yep.
But we found another place that was charging only $50 deposit. So we told him, hey, like, there is another place that's doing only $50. Can you do the same? And he said that's totally cool.
Yeah.
Because we were opting to do it for 2 months versus 1 month.
Yeah.
And so he was fine with that.
Yeah.
And so he put that in the contract that we signed.
The last tip that we have is to see if you can pay with a credit card if you would like to collect some points on any travel credit cards that you own. Yeah.
We actually hadn't thought about that. We used a credit card because it was just easier at the time to sort of put everything on credit.
Yeah.
But we actually met a friend who said, like, if they could pay with their credit card, it would be great to, like, build points. And
yeah.
Vietnam's, or at least in Da Nang, the credit cards are more accepted in places here. I've noticed, like cafes, like grocery stores, different place. More businesses seem to accept debit cards here than when we were in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And so our first month, our landlord actually accepted our credit card payments. So maybe if you're interested in that, check to see if that's possible as well.
Yeah, and another benefit to that is just skipping having to make ATM runs, because most ATMs have a limit, withdrawal limit. The average is like 2 million to 5 million at most is what we've seen. So if your rent is anywhere from 8 to 20 million, let's just say, you'll have to visit multiple ATMs during the day or leading up to the day that you have to pay rent. So being able to just swipe a card avoids all of that altogether. So
yeah, depending on your fees, but I think if your credit card had a foreign transaction fee, it'd probably be cheaper than going to ATM multiple times to try to get that large sum of money.
Yeah, that's true. We're able to go to multiple ATMs and not have to worry about fees because we bank with Charles Schwab, which has been amazing during our entire year of traveling. We'll put a link in the description to our Charles Schwab referral. We don't get anything, but if you sign up, you get $100, which is pretty nice. So we'll drop that down there in the description for you. But that's the apartment tour. Hope you enjoyed checking it out. And if you do come to Da Nang, hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, if you have any questions, let us know. Or if you want some resources, also let us know. We'll be glad to help out.
Yep. Anyways, give this a like. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe. See you later.
Bye.